Okay, Mom.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
Welcome.
Welcome back.
Also, we know we're looking super HD right now.
I'm looking so good.
4K.
Hey. Okay,
Guys,
new space.
New space. Let
New
us
space today.
know where we at.
New space today. Today, we are at Grid Studio in Toronto. You know, they did us a solid and they invited us here. We are so excited to be here and recording. As you guys can see, everything is crisp and clear. You know, the ones that were hating on us and telling us, guys, we can't see your face. Well, the mic's down. The mics are down. The mics are down. You can see us today.
These are nice
Welcome.
mics too. These ain't the ones we originally recorded.
Right?
We work on a budget, y'all.
Yeah. Help us
Unless
out.
you guys subscribe to YouTube.
What she was going to say.
Unless y'all subscribe to our Patreon.
Unless you subscribe to the Patreon. Do I have to repeat this again and again?
Okay. Follow us on socials. You guys already know that's where we ask all of our questions. You guys DM us all of your questions on that. We need you to follow so that we can also invest in some Shure mics.
Better mics, better quality, better everything. Maybe a new podcast host. I'm not really sure, but
I don't know,
we're gonna
because
throw
you
it out
know,
there.
anytime there's something different, it usually means we've got a guest.
I don't know. Do we? Do we got a guest?
I think we got a
I
guest.
don't know. Do we?
All right, y'all, I'm going to introduce you to somebody who I've been following for a very long time. Hina and I have both been following his journey. I said his.
It's a man. We did it.
We did it.
We heard you. It's a man.
All right? We've been following his comedy journey for a while. He mad hates on the Ridgeway Plaza, but he's there every
He
weekend.
hates on Brampton, which is half our audience. So, I mean, the roast is about to begin.
It's coming.
Are we going to do a drum roll? We'll do the
Everybody,
Ta-da. Take it
welcome
away.
Hassan Phills.
Yay! And the crowd goes wild.
Yo, this dynamic is elite. You guys are. That was so. I was just watching here and I'm like, this is like watching a wrestling match. You know, when they come through and they do the tag team. Holy, that was sick.
That's how it is. That's how
We
it's done here.
appreciate it. We love
Yeah.
that. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me to your humble abode. Even though I didn't know this is your new space, but this is, you guys are treating it like it's your.
You can say it is.
It's our
We're
show.
taking it over.
Yeah,
We're taking it over.
It's mine now.
It is. It's mine now.
Also, y'all, you see the merch? Check out One Row on Instagram.
Yeah, but it wasn't our idea. It was his. Because seems like he just
He
Yeah,
seems
man,
like he
I-
just wants to
seems
be
like
part
he's
of the crew.
representing with us.
Yeah,
What's going
100%.
on?
I said, yo, man, talk to your textile people, man. Tell them embroider my name on that, man. How much for extra letters, man? I know you guys got the hookup, man. Do they ship this from India, man?
All right, you guys, it's getting heated in here because we are about to break the ice. You ready?
Get ready.
Get ready.
Lock in.
All right, Hassan, we have a very fun segment on the show. It is called Fazool or Fire.
Fazool
Or fire.
or fire?
Okay?
Yeah.
Fire means obviously something that you love, and Fazool is something that is absolute trash.
Really?
Useless.
What is, what language is Fazool?
Urdu.
Urdu.
But I think you can say it in Punjabi too and Hindi. Because
Hindi,
you know
Punjabi,
all three
yeah, it's kind
languages
of-
are the same.
All three of them are basically the same.
Okay.
You add all three to your
New
resume.
word activated. I
A
like
new
that.
word activated. So we got a list of things, and we're gonna say them, and then we're gonna get everybody's opinion in the room. Do you think it's Fazool or do you think it's Fire?
Yeah.
Fazool or Fire?
Talk to me.
Cleaning the whole house before guests arrive, only for them to sit in the living room.
Fazool.
Fazool to the max.
Max!
That's because we're the ones that are doing the cleaning. He's the one that's sitting down. He's
I
just there
know.
for the food. Okay.
No. This
He's
is
there
what he
for the
does. He
food.
naps. Then the guests come, and then he sits with them in the living room, and he looks at you, and he's like, "Where are the samosas?"
100%.
Please stop. You actually do
That
that?
activity, yeah, 100%.
God.
Because that activity is kind of like one that's, you guys are so good at it. You know?
He's using positive reinforcement to
Yes.
make us think, oh yeah, we got to do this more and
He's
more.
giving us the sandwich.
Yeah, no, he's doing
Compliment
the sandwich.
with the criticism and the compliment.
Oh, you have it down to a science. Who told
It
you
is
this?
a science.
Insider
It's
trading.
a real
huh?
science.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. Oh man, you guys are so good at it. And then when you ask me to do it, I'm gonna do a terrible job. And then you're gonna be like, yo,
On
get the hell
purpose.
out of here.
He's gonna do it on purpose.
Come
You're
on,
gonna be
man.
like,
Red
can
pill.
you
I'm
pick
telling
up?
you guys. I'm giving you all the male insight. It's coming in.
Don't listen to him, guys. He's just here for one episode. That's it.
Also, for all the wives whose husbands are listening in, this is what your husbands do.
No, they're gonna
FYI.
sign. They're
like-
gonna sign me for a max contract after this one, man.
Okay, but like, how do you mess up? Like, can you put the shoes on the side, and then it's just like, and you're like, the shoe's still there.
Yeah.
But like,
Or you
for
put
some
one shoe
reason,
on the shelf,
you
leave the
find
other
a way to even mess up the basic task.
But the thing
What
is, if
that?
I don't, as a man, if I don't do the little things and mess up in the little things, you're gonna miss me. If I start if I start doing everything
can't.
correctly, you're gonna be like,
I
oh,
can't.
what am I doing now? What am I doing wrong?
So now we know what the method is. Okay. So when they mess up, you know it was fake, and you need to just stand there and watch them try again.
Okay, but you
Okay.
know, with our moms,
They'll just do
if
it.
we mess up, they'll be like, "What kind of a girl did I raise?"
Yeah,
And the
absolutely.
men mess up, and they're like, "Why'd you ask him?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lit, man. That shit.
No, he loves it.
But
He loves it.
to your question, Fazool or fire? It is Fazool though.
It's so
Like,
Fazool.
why am I cleaning the upstairs shower? Is someone showering? No one is showering. Okay, I don't need to remove things.
I don't know.
from
You
certain
might have a
areas.
wild auntie come in and be like,
But no, I'll give you this though, as a, you know, as someone who's attended a few people's houses, you know, cousins or
You
whatever.
did the tour, didn't you?
I've ventured off into rooms that I didn't need to
He
be
did
in.
the tour.
Yeah, I did the tour.
But then, did you criticize after the tour?
Nah, I kind of kept that
See,
to myself.
that's what I'm saying. There's a difference then. Okay.
okay.
If you keep it to yourself, it's fine. But the aunties don't keep it to themselves. They got to come down and be like, by the way, I saw that your towel, it wasn't folded properly. There's wrinkles.
"This is
Okay,
the
did you
auntie
not
life."
iron? You didn't iron your towel?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
Your
why
bedsheet
I
had
still think it's
wrinkles.
Fazool. I think it's Fazool.
It's absolute Fazool.
Okay. Fazool or fire. Using inshallah as a polite way to say it's never happening.
Fire. I will say it's fire
Yeah. I
because
think
it's my way out.
100%.
Yo, if
Yeah.
the auntie comes to me and she's like, "Oh, are you expecting anytime soon?" I'm like, "Inshallah."
Or if they're like, Beta, you need to lose weight. And you're like, inshallah. Meanwhile, I'm eating a donut after, okay? Like,
Yeah, that-
inshallah, all the way till the day I die.
What would you use this excuse for? What would an auntie have to
But
ask
is
you
it
for you
Faz-
to say inshallah?
Inshallah. Oh.
Inshallah for everything.
Oh, nikah, man, nikah.
No,
When's the nikah?
Inshallah for everything.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, yeah.
Yo, it's fire.
Yeah, I think it's fire.
It is
100%.
fire. Because it's the best gateway.
It's a classic for Muslim avoidance.
It's a good way to close the conversation. Because after that, they can't push anymore. Because now you're like, I left it to God.
Yeah.
He doesn't want it
Yo,
to happen.
but you know, some of the aunties, they'll be like, "Okay, but beta, you have to do something about it too.
yeah, they do they counter
You
it.
can't just leave it up to God."
They double down on you guys.
Yeah.
They double down so hard. It's so bad. It's actually
Like
so
Hassan,
bad.
you gotta find a girl. You can't just say inshallah.
Yeah.
Inshallah khair.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
We're gonna
you-
add that to our
Inshallah
list.
Pro. It's like Inshallah Pro Max. You,
You
know?
guys see, this is why we have him on the episode because like we give tips, but then he just one ups our tip
Love
to
it.
help you all. This is just a helpful
100%.
tip sharing episode.
Yeah. And if they go intervention on you, then you tell them, oh man, you know what? I'll pray istikhara then. Yeah. And you do it. Who knows? It might work.
And you actually do it. Well, I thought you were gonna say, but you don't do it.
Nah,
but
he's
just
crazy.
say
You can't
do
be
it.
lying and saying, "Oh, I pray this istikhara." That's a crazy one. that one is a crazy one. I wouldn't lie and say, "Yo, I pray this istikhara. I'm waiting for it."
Fazool or fire? Speaking 5 languages, but all of them are broken.
Ooh.
Fire. I'm multilingual. I am. I will own it. Bonjour. That's all I know.
That's all I know.
That's it.
That's all I know.
How do you say it?
How do you say I need to go to the bathroom in French? We learned this.
Est-ce que je peux aller à la toilette?
There we go.
The accent is shit. But I could try a little
Je
harder.
parle un peu de français.
There you go.
That's all I know. I
Je
speak a little
parlais.
bit.
Je parlais. Is it je? J'aime? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Fazool, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Because you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught lacking. I've been there before. I'm only saying this is Fazool because I thought it was fire before, and
Okay.
then I got caught
So
lacking.
you're telling me on your resume you would not put French, English, Spanish, because I would do it.
Yeah, I do it. I mean, I do it as a joke thing. I put it on my if I had a Muslim when I had Musmatch,
Yeah.
I tell them I'm speaking Urdu, Punjabi.
But hey, listen, you kind of
You gotta
get in
diversify your
there.
portfolio.
Okay.
100%. All you need to know is at least 5 phrases.
Do you know a phrase in Urdu?
Of course.
Say one right now.
See, now you put him on the spot.
Put me on the
I had
spot.
to. That's what
Wait,
I do.
Barna Nahihe? Barna Nahihe?
Barna nahi hai.
Barna
Yeah,
nahi hai.
yeah,
Barna
yeah.
nahi.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
he can put that on his resume. And then the other day I was
That's a
listening
good
and
one,
he was singing a Bollywood song.
What were you're singing?
He
Bollywood
sang
song?
he sang
Yeah.
a song on his show. So technically he could put Hindi in his resume as well.
I'm nice
Bollywood
with it.
King.
Bollywood King. Yeah,
Bollywood
Hindi.
King.
What's another one? Chapiniya?
Yes.
Jawpini, that's
That's Punjabi.
That's
Let's
Punjabi.
go.
Let's go. Unlock.
Let's go.
Chapiniya?
Fazool or fire, eating biryani with a fork.
Fazool.
Fazool.
You gotta eat it with your hands.
No, you got to eat it with a spoon because like the fork has gaps. It doesn't really make sense. Like your rice is tiny and then it's falling through the gaps. So like if you really want to do the most, you take a spoon and you eat it with a spoon.
Yeah, but you know how fun it is to eat with your hands?
Have you ever experienced that you put rice in a fork and then by the time it hits your mouth, there's like 1 grain of rice?
Yeah, that happens all the
The
time.
worst. How are you gonna eat biryani like that?
Both utensils suck, man. The hands is where it's at.
The hands is where it's at, ideally.
Seriously.
Okay,
But
the
like,
hands we
you're at a
agree, so we agree.
restaurant.
Agree. Hands is elite.
You can't just be like.
That's true.
That's true.
It's true. If you're in the crib and you're just eating on the
That's
floor,
different.
and it's regular
That's
bout.
different. We're all about
We're all
it.
hands. Okay,
Yeah,
so we agree
100%.
hands are on deck.
Hands, 100%.
Yep.
100%.
But so it's between the spork, the fork, and
spork.
the spork.
You could do a sport too.
No, spork. I
Maybe
don't.
that's the solution.
I hate that creation. The spork pisses me off.
That
The
really
points are not long enough for you to really grab
spork
it.
is just that's the worst thing someone has.
Maybe
ever
that's your
created.
biryani solution, though.
No, it's not.
It's worse than
That-
paper straws.
It's
Oh,
worse
okay.
than paper straws, 100%.
Guys, nothing is
I
worse
can't.
than paper straw.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
No, paper straws suck, but like the spork is like, what are you trying to be?
Oh, you guys don't care about the turtles?
Do you know?
See that
Do you
silence?
know? Wait.
We
We're gonna have this
care,
conversation.
but-
I
Do
don't
you
care about
know
the
that the lining on the inside of the paper straws actually does more damage than the plastic straws?
Oh,
Yeah,
Which TikTok
okay.
did you learn that from?
I don't remember, but
Yep.
I'm
100%.
TikTok teaches me everything.
100% TikTok University.
Yeah,
100%.
teaches me
Or
everything.
one of those WhatsApp conversations that your mom
Yo, one of
was,
those
like,
WhatsApp
sent
forwards
you.
that my mom sends me.
1,000,000%.
Forwarded 3,400,000 times.
One of my boys went to Hawaii and he saw a bunch of turtles and he sent to the group chat. He goes, "Yo, I'm seeing so many turtles here," and I went and I got a smoothie and it gave me a plastic straw. Why am I
Oh, well.
sipping on paper straws in Canada and I don't see no goddamn turtles?
That's
Make
what
it
I'm
make
saying.
sense.
And,
Make it
like,
make sense.
Half the time, the container they're giving to you is plastic anyway. So, like, doesn't matter.
Also, can we just all agree that we need to bring plastic bags back?
Plastic bags be lit.
Oh my God.
I'm so sick of these tote bags.
Yeah, I don't even use the tote bag because
Yo.
I forget it every time. I'm
Also,
using
like,
my hands.
I got no bags for garbage bins anymore.
I can't handle it. It's just not.
Like now, I gotta
not
go
about it.
buy garbage bags.
Yeah, man. I think the tote bags from a fashion standpoint, it could be elite, but it just if I'm on the red pill tip for the mandem and this and the thing, it brings out the bee in you, man. It brings out the baddie in you. I remember I had like some guy brush me in the streets, and I was pissed about it. I was like, "Yo, what's up?" And he's like, "Yo, what's up? You want to go?" And I had to like pull the tote bag from my shoulder, like this, dropping the shirt. That's the least masculine thing. There's no way you're starting a fight and winning, and you're going, "Yo, 1 second."
We would bet on you. We would bet on you, but I get it. I actually.
You're like, wait,
understand
hold my
that.
bag for a second.
Yeah, just.
I cannot.
Oh man, yeah. I say, yeah, man. You know what? You
No.
win, man. Draw a timeout. You're right.
It's embarrassing.
Push me now, actually.
Because of this, push me.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
my God.
You deserve a free one. Okay, bring back
Okay.
plastic bags.
Okay, bring back plastic bag, but I
Back
think
to the fork.
Back to the fork. I think, because I do eat a lot of food with forks, but I think from a man, the spoon is
Logical.
just way better.
Yes.
Spoon is
Because
way
you
better.
could really like even if you
Spoon it up.
spoon it up.
That's what I'm saying. Shovel it in your mouth. Shovel it in your mouth.
You should just use a shovel when you're eating biryani. Forget spoons, forget forks. And it's like,
I just want to understand. The fork is for like when you gotta like poke something. A piece
forks
of chicken.
are for like noodles or maybe
But then
spaghetti.
you see people doing the fork and the knife, and it's like, what are you using the knife for? Then technically, if it's like rice,
No,
are
I
you
don't
just
know.
using it to
or you're
like
cutting
put,
the chicken with it.
put no? But if it's just rice, and then you're using the fork to just put like move the rice over to the fork, but then it's falling through the gaps anyway. So
Just
like,
use a spoon.
it's a useless thing
Just use a
with
spoon.
rice. Random, but I had to say that. I had to get it out of my system.
I feel like using a fork is like driving standard.
Because nobody can do it.
That feels like using a fork to eat is like driving standard, where a spoon is automatic, and it's like
Spoon is automatic. Thank
Spoon
you.
is automatic.
That's
there
the
we
greatest
go.
comparison. That's exactly what I needed.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. That's
we
what
don't
it
want to
is.
see anybody
Yeah,
having
yeah, yeah.
biryani.
I will judge you. I will judge you.
show us your license.
Okay, so we wanted to give you the space because we have a lot of questions to ask you about your origin story. What is Hassan all about? Is it Hassan? Is it Hassan?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Where did you come from?
Popped out of nowhere. He's
Out of
all over
nowhere.
our feeds. He's on the Drake album. He's doing tours. We gotta find. He was on Yalla Talks. We know. So we want to get to know a little bit more about you, and we want you to have the space to kind of share your journey in comedy, where you were at, how you are today, any future goals and collabs we can see you doing in the future. So tell us about yourself.
My name is Hassan Phills. I'm a stand-up comedian, actor. I guess I write as well. And yeah, man, I've been doing stand-up now for about 8 years. Time seems to be flying. It's things are picking up as they go. I'm trying to be present and enjoy it in real time. But it's just, yeah, it's been a lengthy process, but I'm enjoying every part of it. I'm on a TV show called Office Movers here in Canada. It's booming on Crave. We just got cleared for season 2.
That's awesome.
Yes. And this time I've been participating in the writers' room a lot, and it's been a lot of fun doing that for the first time. And we're excited to start shooting the thing in the next couple months here. And while that is happening, I'm still going to be on tour, which we just announced. I got this tour coming up. It's pretty much worldwide, for globally independent. It's called This Tour's Jokes. Just kind of get to the point, man.
Right?
I don't know what to tell you.
No fluff.
No fluff, man. It's jokes. Pull up, pop out. It's going to be a
Let's
good
go.
time. Yeah, man. And so, yeah, and then we have this Idiot Mubarak show just after Ramadan. We're going to do a show at the Winter Garden Theater on April 5th.
That's super
yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Y'all will be there too.
Yes, yeah.
We'll be there.
You guys didn't see the pressure they applied. It's like, we're getting tickets,
What
right?
are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you saying? We never said that.
Yeah.
No.
But now they're getting it.
I don't know. Maybe we'll bring our mics, and do a Fazool and Fire.
Yeah, Fazool and Fire.
Are you gonna let us come on stage and like hang out with you? Are you gonna add us to your comedy segment?
We open up for you.
No pressure. No pressure.
No
at
pressure,
all.
no pressure.
No.
What I really wanted to also talk to you about with your show that's going to be after Ramadan is a lot of people I personally know love coming because of the atmosphere that you have cultivated with your Muslim audience. So maybe you can speak a little bit about that and how this show came to be.
Well, it kind of just, like I said, I've been doing comedy for 8 years. So holistically, in the beginning when I started doing comedy, I understood that it was just very like, I wanted to be as transparent with who I am while I was doing comedy. And I wanted to talk about things that that interest me. But also when I started comedy, I was in Vancouver. So the things I would talk about, and I'm very Toronto, my cadence is very Toronto. It's evident. And so there's things that I wanted to talk about, but like a majority of people in the audience and the crowd were like white people. And it's like, not that I say that they're not a good time, but then it's what it does to your sense of humor too is like you're making jokes for them instead of you're making jokes to what I think is funny. But also I think like culturally, a lot of us in like young people in Canada or even our parents too, they don't go out. The stand-up comedy is not a traditional form of entertainment that we pop out to. So in my mind, I was like, okay, like what would be I would have to become either like the catalyst for a lot of people to kind of get out into comedy, but I would have, if I was promoting other people's shows, then, and I wasn't getting enough time, but also I was worried about like, am I even good enough to like produce my own show? Do I have enough material to headline? And so for the last 8 years, in the first 3 to 4 years of me doing comedy, all I focused on was being good. I knew that making strangers laugh was the most important thing. If I had all my friends coming out to shows, then I'd probably have no business, or I wouldn't be even that good even, you know what I mean? And so basically I would tell everybody show everybody where I was, but never tell them where I was going, because that's how you get better.
Yeah.
And so when I moved back I would go back and forth from Vancouver to Toronto because I was in school and playing basketball. But at one point when I put the basketball aside and I started working a bunch of odd jobs and I told comedy, this is going to be my thing, I was going back and forth from Toronto. And every time I came to Toronto, I would always, again, show people where I was and never tell them where I was going. And then, you know, not only Muslims, but mostly Muslims were like, in the very beginning, were like, yo, fam, I'm trying to come watch you do comedy. Let's, where are you going to be at? And I would, and at one point, when I thought I was confident enough, I had like 15 minutes, 20 minutes that I thought was really good, and everything after that was turbulence, you know. and so I started telling them, "Yo, come through to the shows," and not being mindful. Not that I was telling them to come. I would just post it on my story, like,
Right.
"Oh, I'm on this show. I'm featuring here. I'm doing a spot here," and I completely forget that, like, you know, as a like stand-up comedy is not done in traditional places. They're done in like
Right.
nightclubs, bars, lounges,
Exactly.
and stuff like that. And not even thinking about my audience at the time, I was like, yo, I'm gonna be here, you know. And there was like there's Muslim brothers and sisters pulling up to the bar, comedy
Yeah.
bars or lounges or whatever it
Yeah.
is, and they were like, oh, yo, I didn't know it was gonna be in this type of place. And I was like, but the fact that they were down to come through and support me was
Exactly.
lit. And then I had a few
amazing.
messages, brothers and sisters messaging me. They're like, yeah, man, I'm trying to come to see your comedy, but like a lot of these places aren't really for me like that. And I
Right.
said, no, I totally get that. And so I took it upon myself to like, oh, okay, let me see what it's like to produce a show for the first time. And so I tried it once in Vancouver, and then I was like, oh, okay, this works. So basically what I got to do is if I wanted to do it at a comedy club, you know, there's a lot of pressure, you know, in terms of like, first they won't give you like a strong day to sell an event, like a Monday, like a Friday or a Friday, Saturday, or even a Sunday, Thursday. They won't even give me any of those days. They give me like a Monday or a Tuesday, you know? So I'll be like, man. And then on top of that, to rent the space for some places like comedy clubs, they'll be like, yo, they'll charge you like $1,500 or
Wow.
$2,000,
Yeah.
and then there's like a drink requirement that people have to sell because they got to pay their staff. And
Exactly.
imagine if I have like a crazy fan base or a majority fan base of Muslims, I'm like, yo, listen, order some drinks, man. We need to
Absolutely.
like run it up.
Let's get it
And it's
going.
crazy how much money there is, and like I never thought about it before. Because I wouldn't say like I am a businessman to a degree, but I'm like more of an artist.
Right.
But there's a lot of money in alcohol. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
crazy. You can make more money in the alcohol sales than the
actual-
ticket itself,
exactly.
the
Yes.
merch or
Yeah.
whatever
Yes.
it is.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that's what a lot of like the entertainment really they bank on
Yep.
on that. And so I was like, but me again, I have no inclination to make money in that way.
Yeah.
Period. So I was like, okay, I still want to do shows and I got to make this work. So what I did was me and my friends, we would just book random like film studios and event spaces. We'll rent the chairs, we'll rent the audio equipment, we'll set it up, we'll make an Eventbrite, and we'll invite people.
Oh, nice.
And so that's kind of what I've been doing, not just in Toronto. I started doing it in Toronto and Vancouver, but then I was like, oh, okay, let's try and do this in Calgary, in Edmonton, in Oshawa, flipping anywhere in the city, just trying to draw. Even like a lot of the places that I'm going into this world tour,
Right.
it's kind of like the same song and dance. I think when you have like a platform now, where people are rocking with you, and like it looks like you have juice, people are more are less reluctant to help you or to be like, oh, like who
Yeah.
does this guy think
That's
he is?
so true.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
so
in the
true.
beginning, it's like in the beginning the margins are small and the work is way harder. But
Yeah.
then as you grow and you persevere through that threshold, the work gets easier and the work gets easier and the margins are way bigger.
Yeah,
and it's more
exactly.
fun, you know.
Yeah.
So and that's what kind of led us to Idiot Mubarak. Idiot Mubarak was a show where I was just like at a time where I thought like, holy, like I saw there's this one rapper from the Bay. His name is La Russell. And I saw maybe this was like 2022. He was just like doing like a 3-city tour, his first ever 3-city tour from like the Bay to LA to like San Fran. And I thought like, holy, that's so cool. So I was like, yo, let me do a 3-city tour too. And so I did Toronto, Ottawa, and Hamilton, you know? And I called it. I was like, and this was like just before Ramadan. And I take a lot of like pride in like thinking of like funny names for shows or
I
even
love
like
it.
doing like tour
Yeah.
posters, stuff like that. And so the very first tour poster that I made for Idiot Mubarak, I had my friend who was my roommate actually in Vancouver. He's like he's a commissioned artist, and he made like a pastel version of me wearing this like Sudani garment. They call it an alallah. And I was riding my my boy's cousin's bike, a little boy, and he made like a pastel art piece out of it. And then I was like, and I called the tour I call this 3-city tour Idiot Mubarak because I am of Jamaican descent and I'm also Muslim. And I was like, oh, Idiot, Eid,
exactly.
Mubarak.
Yeah.
And so, and I also thought of it. I was like, yo, I need, I think a lot of people are looking for things to do come Eid time. You know,
Yeah.
Eid time, everybody just, you know, they go catch the salah and they go take that essential nap afterwards.
Essential
so
nap
true.
is where
Yeah,
it's at.
you might link up with the family a little bit,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
take
Eat some
another nap,
food.
eat some food, because your body isn't used to eating. Your body isn't used to consuming food in the
so
day.
true.
So like whatever you're
Facts.
eating, you're like, oh man, I gotta
Yeah.
go. You're out.
100%.
Or like when you're in the masjid, they're giving you ice cream.
Yeah.
At like 10 a.m.
Yeah,
Like, what am I
they're
going to do
doing
with
the
ice cream cone? Why am I eating ice cream cone at 10 a.m.?
Yeah, so true. So I was like, okay, there needs to be a motive. And like as an adult too, like there's no motive. Now it's, you know, you gotta make the day special for the kids.
That's so
Yes.
true. That's
Yes.
so true.
You know, you
That's
got to
so
give the
true.
kids money.
Yeah.
You gotta take them to Chuck E. Cheese now. You used to be going to
gotta
Chuck E.
do
Cheese.
so
Now you
many
gotta take
things.
them there.
You gotta do
When
so
did
many
this?
things.
When did this flip happen?
I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was when gentle parenting started. Bring back the beats. Bring back the beats.
Like I want people to give me Eid. I don't want to be giving it to you.
Yeah. And the inflation too. The kid, you give a kid $10 now. He's gonna
Oh
look
my
at you like that's it.
God.
He's
I
like, what a
know.
cheapskate.
I was so happy with like a toonie. Okay?
I would get 5 and I'd be
Toonie
like, oh, I
Tuesday?
scored. I got $5. No, you can't. You can't get 5.
I can't, man.
When did you feel like you wanted to go into comedy? And what was your parents' reaction when you said you wanted to pursue that instead of like a career? Or were they the type of parents that were just like, you know what, pursue your passion and go after it?
Yeah, that is literally it. My
I
mom
love
was
that.
I
like,
love that.
That's amazing.
yeah, alhamdulillah. My mom was very just like happy to see me doing, and it wasn't just with comedy, with basketball as well, because it was a big part of my life where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna move across the country to pursue this basketball dream that I have here. And my mom was like, as long as you're like dedicated and passionate towards it. And I never when it came with and then after doing that, jumping to comedy wasn't like a crazy shock to my mom, you know. And that really and again, it happened so holistically that I didn't even think of it as a dilemma. And other people always ask me that. I feel like other Desi people, East African people, they and even Caribbeans, they'll be like, yo, what is your parents like? What's your mom have to say? And there was actually one time when I was with Hassan Minaj at he was doing a show at the Queen Elizabeth Theater, maybe 2021 or 2022. And I don't know if he even remembers this, but this was, you know, it just lands with me. He had asked me what my mom thinks of me doing comedy. And I feel like Desi's you know, doctor, lawyer,
100%.
engineer.
100%.
That's the kind of
Teacher.
so they're probably like used to that kind of scrutiny of like
Yeah,
you know, of like
yeah.
pursuing comedy, not out of like more so out of not like maybe like not fear, but like also support for their kids. You know, they
Exactly.
want to understand like they want their children to know that their children are gonna be okay.
Exactly.
And so when I told him, I said, yeah, my mom's with it, man. And he goes, oh wow. That's great. And I was like, yeah,
That
sick,
is
man.
a
What
very
does
good
that feel
Hassan Minaj
like?
reaction. That's how he speaks.
What does that
Yeah,
jacked
man,
up
that's what's
list
up.
feel like? I
Yeah.
can't imagine.
So that's when I knew. I was like, okay, that means I'm on I got a good like board of directors behind me. So
I'm
I
telling
think
you, your
that's
mom's
so
an OG.
important.
yeah.
She OG.
You know what I feel like when you have parents that are supportive of their kids' dreams, you are just like 10 times more successful because
100%.
you know that even though you might not be able to be amazing right straight off the bat, that at the end of the day, you at least have a few people that you know at the end of the day are your ride or dies and they support you throughout all of it.
Yeah.
I think that's a beautiful thing.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
If you look at it now, everything is like most of the hockey players that make it to the thing.
Absolutely.
Dual parent families, man.
Yeah. And
They're locked in supporting their kid every day.
they're always in the stands. They're always cheering their kids on. So that's super important.
It also becomes like a motive for the person who's pursuing their passion. Like, hey, my mom supported me. Like, I'm gonna make sure I turn this into this and turn this into that. And then there's always, and then when you have somebody who has a bit of a business mentality, like maybe your mom can be like, hey, did you try it this way? Hey, have you gone here? Hey, I found this opportunity here. Because then you have this network of people that are family, and you can't let go of that bond.
You can't. It's just super important, I think, for everybody.
And the last thing you want to do is like, even when if you create a villain towards the goals that you're trying to achieve, even especially if they're your family too, when you do achieve them, it's not gonna feel as good. You're gonna feel quite bitter about it.
Yeah.
And that's like the last thing I would ever want. Luckily, like for me, alhamdulillah, like my mom, our situation is that my mom does a very good job of taking care of herself, that she knows that like I have to go, I have a, in my mind, I'm like, I have a window of opportunity to achieve what I want to do, so I could take care of my mom down the road. So that's why I'm kind of like foot on the gas pedal. 8 years of comedy, I've been going as hard as I can, trying to pace myself. I heard this one comic, a friend of mine, said to me when I moved to Toronto, and just before I started producing shows, he said something that was like that really sat with me. He said, I've been doing comedy for 13 years, but I'm not gonna lie, I've only been gone hard for about 7 of those years. So I was like, oh, okay, don't be like that.
Yeah, don't be like
Yeah.
that.
Don't be like that.
That's a lot of
If
years
you're in,
down the
you're in,
drain.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
But
you're
I
in,
think
you're
it's the consistency and the fact that you have to consistently grind every single day that gets you to that point where you have
Right.
to be successful.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you are not going to be all in and you're just going to kind of half-ass it, then you know that at the end of the day, you're not putting your best work out there, right?
Yeah.
So do you think there's any other times in your career where you have gone and done a gig and it's totally flopped? And you're just like, oh God, how do I do this?
I can't do this
How do I do
anymore.
that? In BC with the white people, you're throwing up the inshalls and they're like, what is he saying?
I think like no, alhamdulillah, man. I say every show that I've ever done, I feel like I've been received very well. I try not to chase the hands on the clock and trying to appease. I feel like if I'm myself through and through. And you also gotta like read the room. I know if it's
Yeah.
like
Sure.
white ass room, I'm not talking about Islamic content, but you know what I mean. I'm not gonna go hella Islamic. The thing is that
Yo,
it's
Islamic, you need to coin that.
it's crazy because even other comics will see each other and they'll add like because we follow each other on social media, but then you know they'll be like, oh, okay, so like how do you cook in these rooms? How do you cook in these rooms, other rooms? And because I don't post as much stand-up comedy clips, so I post the bangers or I post like things because I really want to get material tight. That's what I care about. Crowd work clips, I don't like as of late I've been getting into them a lot more, but I like as long as the material is funny, that's what makes it for me. Like I find like a lot of people they'll come and they'll say like, oh, I really like this joke. And I've heard it a few times, and I've seen you like develop it even more, add a few more tags and stuff like that. And I think that progression of just adding layers to the comedy is more than just leaving it up to the air to stand up clips. But it's all kind of like skills and abilities that you kind of learn along the journey.
Right.
So things that everybody, me, are wondering. How did your interaction with Drake begin? And how did you land on that album? We need to know. Because you know what? You can't just drop a photo on socials and not give us the story.
Yeah, that cannot.
So this is an OK Mom exclusive. So we need to know, how was that interaction? What did you guys talk about? How did you end up on his album? What's this all about?
It's pretty amazing.
Full transparency, I was in Jamaica and I was just having a good time. I was on vacation for a little while, and while I was there, I just uploaded a video. It was just like a carousel, a dump from the thing.
Okay.
And then maybe like 2 hours later, I was with my homie, and we were just sitting in the living room. We were talking, and my phone starts going off, and I was in the apex of a story. I was and my phone's going off. I said, "Yo, D&D," and then now. I'm still telling the story now. My phone is still buzzing. I say, "Yo, what the hell is going on?" I pick it up, and people are saying, "Yo, Drake posted in your story."
Wow.
And I said, "Oh," and I don't know what to make of it at all, you know.
Yeah.
And it's weird too because people are saying like, "Congratulations." Congratulations. I don't know what this what that means.
You made it.
You made it. Like I don't know what. Cloud currency is a weird one, you know?
It is.
It's so weird.
It's a weird one.
Yeah.
Because you don't, how do you can't cash in.
You can't cash in.
You can't cash
But you're
in.
also like,
cash
yo,
in,
I'm
though.
just like on vacation.
Yeah. I was big chilling. I didn't know what to make of it. I kind of like, and even in moments too, it's tough because, and I'll get into this later, it's about like, I try to be as present as possible.
Right.
But like in this game, in this industry of entertainment, because then like you're doing comedy, you're doing writing, you're doing marketing, you're doing bookings, you're doing all this stuff. So like you're not able to wear one hat at the same time. And like all I care about is like, maintaining my light and like my peace of mind. And at that time too, some people I was like, yo, they're congratulating me. I was like, okay, sick. This is dope.
Yeah.
And then some other people are saying, yo, you got to capitalize off this. I was like, yo, how do you capitalize?
Exactly. What do you do?
On this? It's just a moment. It's just like a moment. And at that time, I still didn't know what to make of it.
Right.
And so maybe a couple of days later, I just asked I ran into like one of an older head from my city, from my neighborhood. And I asked him, I said, yo, what's the vibe? Like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
You know, he posted me. Do I message him, say, thank you? Like,
Do I slide in his DMs?
Do I slide in his DM? We're like, hey, thank you.
That was me, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows what he's doing too. And it's funny because we were laughing about it. Like, yo, do you think he's just screenshotted it and then?
Yeah, like how did it? Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know what to think. I didn't deep it too much. So. At one point, my boy was just like, "Yo, just holler at him, invite him to a show or something like that." He loves the city, man. Toronto, yeah, he loves the city of Toronto. He likes to pop out to things. So I was like, my boy was just like, "Yo, just invite him to a show, see what happens or whatever."
Okay.
And so, I guess later on, I saw him in the day. So later on in the night, I sent him. I just sent him a message, just inviting him to the show. I told him I have 5 shows at the Comedy Bar. If you want to slide through, bing bang boom. And then he just hit me with, "I'm there."
Love that.
And I was like, I'm there. I didn't even know. I was like, what does that
that's so
mean?
amazing because it's just the amount of support that you can get from someone that's like that caliber of a celebrity and they're able to just show up to something. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he came through and he had a good time. Like he came through with his.
I feel like you were so giddy.
I was. You know what happened?
We were giddy for you.
We were giddy for you on your behalf.
I was giddy, man. It was a moment too because you spend so much time doing in the 8 years I've been doing comedy. You're like you commute 5 hours, 10 hours to do shows for like 5 minutes and 10 minutes. You know, you're sleeping on couches. You're doing all these things to kind of just like chase the dream. And then there's like a guy who's like a figurehead not only for your city but the country and even like the world, you know, to come through to an intimate comedy show and rock with me and see what I got going on. I'm like, yo, that's extremely beloved. And I that kind of just reassured that kind of just reassured me of like the emotion that I have, that I feel like I have. And it's like you kind of like you believe who you think you are, you know, for a moment. It's like, you know what, like
I do got it.
I do got
That's
it.
right. That's
you know
right.
what I mean? It felt very validating.
Yeah.
My mama was right.
My mom was right, man. You know what I mean? The boy came to see the guy, man, and I'm the guy.
Ooh, that's right.
That's
You
amazing.
say with chest. That's right.
Yeah.
How about we give you this opportunity actually to let the audience know about your tour?
Yes.
And about the show coming up and kind of like give a moment to like promote all
Where
of that.
can they buy tickets? What's going on?
What's going on? Tell us
How
all
do
the
they
deets.
get there? We want to go.
Listen, man, the tickets are linked in the bio. HassanPhillsLive.com. It's or the link tree over there, man. There's so many ways to get it. You follow me on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn.
Everything.
Yeah, everything, man. I mean, it says I'm unemployed, but that's a lie. I'm hustling.
He's doing like 6 jobs. He's
doing everything.
not unemployed.
The tour right now, like if you don't see your city there, there's an email list as well on the website and in the link tree where you could just like let me know where you guys want me to come, and I'll pull up and I'll try and make it happen. You know, it's this whole tour is independent, so it's just like me and my boy Amer, and we're just kind of just like booking the venues, trying to make it happen in some places that we've never been before. And like I told you guys earlier, it's a lot of like, especially like tour dates in America and like and across the pond. They're kind of like when you were reaching out to venues, they're kind of like, who does this guy think he is? You know what I mean? But like we're like,
They don't
why
know.
not?
They
don't know yet, man. And we'll get there, man. It's about like believing in yourself. And I think
Absolutely.
like America, the reason why it's taking me so long to get show dates in America, even though like it's right across the border, you know, you need a visa to work there.
Exactly.
And that part is like no joke. I've heard stories. So basically the journey for most like Canadian comics, like the market here is so small. You know, there's so many people in just the population of California outmatches Canada infinitely. Like it's crazy, right? And so, like you could only go so far in Canada with comedy, and like I want to become the best version of myself, and so getting to America has just been is obviously the next step. But like you got to get the visa, and the visa is not like a cheap either. You know, people are paying like between $10,000 to $15,000 to apply for it, and you have to like build. You have to build like the O1 visa is like a talent visa of some kind. You have to be of a special talent. And you got to prove it. You need letters of recommendation.
Wow.
You need to collect accolades, some TV tapings, articles, all the other stuff. So that could take time to even build the case. But then you also have to get the capital to kind of like hire an immigration lawyer to kind of do that whole thing. So, but alhamdulillah, that process is underway, fulfilled, inshallah. So like we're looking to make that happen, that happen.
Awesome.
So
And Nemesis is gonna be with you?
Nemesis, she comments a lot. I hope her schedule is super stacked. If she could ever come, girl, that's my girl, man. She's like super solid, man. She's big homie, man.
We're super talented. Super talented.
Super talented, big inspiration, man. She's like such a holistic person, man, in terms of just like when you see her, you get what you get, and she's not gonna spoon feed it to you or lie about it. And it's just like I appreciate that type of that honesty in people. You know, you don't want to like you know, you ever leave like somebody and you be like, I don't think that person really like that.
No bad vibes.
She's like that.
Love that.
I love
That's
that.
awesome.
So we're gonna sell out every single show for Hassan Phills. Let's go.
I think one of them is already sold out. We got another one coming up. Let's go.
Yeah, and if anyone can help him with that visa and foot the bill, we're there for that too. We're here.
Listen, we got a Desi community. We got a lot of immigration lawyers.
Send that
Let's
money
go.
this way.
DM him now.
Send it this way. You don't need another mango juice. You don't need another $500 outfit for Eid. No. Okay, we're putting that this way.
Put down the galab, man.
Let's go.
Exactly. Let's
Sponsor
go.
this Canadian.
So, the gist of our podcast and what we are all about is a lot of our followers send us dilemmas. They can range from dating, school troubles, sibling troubles,
In-laws, parents, the community,
sister-in-laws,
just a lot
brother-in-laws,
of
a lot of the
stuff.
in-laws. All right.
Yeah, it's
So
a
they
lot of
send
family
this-
business.
It's a lot of family. It's all we keep it in the family. We keep it in the family. All right. So we got a lot of scenarios, and we pulled some of the good ones. We got
Gems.
different variety. All right.
Yeah.
So it's not all gonna be about in-laws. We know you love it, but it's all right. We're gonna take a break for a second, and we want to have your perspective on what would Hassan do.
And I'm gonna be the first male perspective that you guys have had.
Absolutely. This is why we're putting you in the hot seat.
You are in the hot seat. We're gonna
We are just
hold it
letting
down,
you
man.
do your thing. Okay.
do your thing. All right.
Okay.
I went on a blind date with a lady who wouldn't stop picking at her scabs. She made a pile of them on the restaurant table. I excused myself to use the washroom, and when I came back, my soup was there, but the pile of scabs wasn't. No, I didn't eat the soup.
What the heck? This is disgusting.
Look at his face.
Yeah, absolute disgust. What's the first thought? What do you think? I would think that
She put it in the soup.
it's disgusting.
Croutons.
Where did you meet this girl? Is she on fentanyl? Why she just have bare scabs?
Seems that way.
Why did she have just bare scabs?
We don't know.
And
don't know.
why are they
It's eczema
accessible
galore.
to be scabbed or picked at? Why are they so
That's
accessible?
what I'm saying.
First of all, that's a horrible date.
That's a horrible choice on the guy.
what would you do?
What would you do?
You're there. Now you're there.
You are this date.
And he got up to go to the bathroom.
So
He said,
you
"I'm
got
gonna
up.
go to the
You got up.
Yeah, you got
You
up.
got up. You're like, okay, this is a bit
She's
too much.
picking her scabs in front of you.
And you're like, I'm gonna get up from here for a second. I need to use the washroom.
I need to dry heave in the bathroom and then come back and
come
pretend like
back.
all is well.
Scabs are gone.
Yeah, what do
Your
you
soup
do?
is there.
She's waiting for you. She's looking at you like, this is the man for me.
I'm gonna marry
He's the
him.
one.
He's the one. She got a ring in her pocket. She's ready to go.
She's ready to go.
Yeah, no, I'm Control Alt Delete. I'm out of there.
How do you exit?
How do you exit this date?
I gotta go walk my plant. Yeah, I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Sometimes that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would second that.
It's not me, it's you.
Stop picking your scabs and putting them on the tables.
Why are we doing this?
Why are we? Why?
is
There's
so-
no. I
you
have
know-
nothing to say.
That is jobless behavior.
It is
Jobless behavior.
That is jobless. Why are you picking your scab? Ugh, no bratopsy. That's nasty. Who brought you up, man? I don't know, but the thing is, like, where did you meet this girl? Like, how do you let it get there?
It's
a-
a first date. It's a first date. You had no idea.
She's not gonna say,
She's
"I
not
like
gonna
to pick
include
my
it in her
scabs."
bio.
Yeah,
She'll
she's
be like,
not gonna
I
say
like
that.
picking scabs.
Scabs.
She just, she's having a conversation and she's just doing one of these.
And how many scabs? You know how much it takes? How long it takes to make a pile?
Maybe it was like a small pile.
You know what I
Trying
mean?
to like, but what if it was a small pile? But what if she's a 10, but she picked the scabs?
Oh, 0.
She's a negative 10.
I would give
Negative
her-
10.
I would
Yo,
give her a
what
negative.
would you do if it was a man doing that?
Okay, yeah, you see the problem with me is like I would feel so bad being rude that I would just be like, oh my god, emergency, and then I would leave. But I would never do a second chance.
And this is why we
That's
have a
gross
man
to
on the
me.
show. You guys,
That's an ick
this
for
is the
me.
excuse you use. This is what you don't do.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be like, ew, you're so disgusting. You don't want to make people feel bad.
No, I think it'd be different for a woman because you know
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy's picking his scabs. He could crash out on you. Be like, yo, this guy crazy. You know, he could be
That's
like,
what I'm saying. So I have to be a little bit smarter.
Yeah.
With
as
my
a girl
approach.
though, if like
Honestly, if I got up to use the washroom, I wouldn't get back to the table. I'd leave the
Yeah,
restaurant.
because like she can't take
'Cause
him down. He could just elbow her.
I would just
and
get
walk
up.
out.
and I saw the thing, if I saw like the things are gone, I'd just be like, yeah, check please, yo, I'm not feeling well. I'd just be like, yo, I'm sick.
okay.
She's gonna
I'll
be
be
like,
like, yeah, I'm
but
sick.
Hassan, you didn't eat your soup. You didn't drink your
Yeah.
soup, Hassan.
Yeah.
Let me just try one bite.
The soup will make you feel better.
Oh, that's when you know she's trying to kill you. Yeah, she's really inclined to eat the soup. Try the soup. I say, yeah.
Okay. You get married. And on your first family dinner, your mom and your wife both ask you whose biryani is better. How are you answering this question?
It's your mom and your wife in the room.
And your wife is like, love of your life. Of course, your mom is love of your life too, but like,
But your mom's an OG. She's been supporting you from day one.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you need to tell me right now.
They're both like, I need the answer.
She's
Yes.
here and your mom is there. And they're like, Hassan, tell us whose biryani was better.
And
It
your
was a
wife's gonna be
biryani
like,
cook-off.
you can't wiggle your way
was a
out of this because
biryani
I know
cook-off.
you. Can't use the plant excuse.
And let's say your wife even said to you, hey, give me all the tips of like what you like so I can make it better than your mom's.
Oh, so
And then they put
that's
you
kind
on
of
the
crazy though. Now she's
spot.
looking for insider trading.
Exactly. But you did help her with the insider trading.
Yeah.
You're in a
So
honeymoon
now-
phase.
so now
You
what do
helped her.
you
You
do?
gave her all the tips.
What do you do?
I'm taking the side of my wife.
Wow.
Yo,
Okay.
round of applause.
He's going to take this out of his wife. Then he's going to go to his mom later and be like, Mom, I was kidding. It was actually you.
Mom, it's actually you, but you know I had to.
I have to, I have to like, keep it.
Yeah.
I have to try it.
You know, but you have to sell it too. You'd be like, oh, babe, like this is, I think it's just because we got married now. There's just more barakah in this biryani.
Look at this.
You know what I mean?
Look at this.
Okay.
yo.
And I'll go to my mom and say, wow, look, it's like you passed the torch to her.
Okay. Guys,
Please
that
learn.
struggle. Okay.
Please learn.
Please take the tips. This is how you keep the peace in the home.
Welcome to Hassan's TED Talk.
Yeah.
I got you, man. Dr. Dilemma right here, man.
Also, your mom will be like this, so disappointed.
Yeah, she will. But then
I
she'll.
raised you. I brought you into this world.
No, but she's gonna know because he would have went to her and said, "Listen, this is what's going on. I want you to know that even if I say no, the actual answer to it is I love yours.
Yeah.
Okay, you've given me food all my life.
No, you just gotta set it. You gotta set it like, yo, man, this part of you is gonna live on through her.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
This was
This-
the best
That's
way.
beautiful.
This is the best way to finagle. Okay, you did it.
This was beautiful.
That was a well
What a
done.
response.
That was a well done.
Thank you.
I
Thank
would
you.
just have sweat dripping off my forehead.
I sweat a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Deodorant started working. You guys trapped me in the corner with no dribbles, man.
A while ago,
Uh-huh.
we posted a reel where we talked about how a husband and wife got married and they had to live with their in-laws. Okay?
Who's in-laws? The
The husband's
Okay.
parents. Okay? And the wife sent us a message telling us that during the nighttime when they would be sleeping, she would see from the corner of her eye that the mother-in-law would be opening the door and like checking in on them and like watching them.
Yep. Yep.
And she said that she had to have a conversation with her husband and they got a lock put into place. And she's like, a few times she heard somebody trying to.
Yeah, shake
Yeah.
the
All right.
doorknob a little bit.
In
Okay.
Hindi, they call it karkaraing. In Urdu, you call it karkara. That means
Karkara.
like, you know, like you're
Making
like
that noise.
jiggling,
Yeah,
jiggling.
karkara.
Yeah.
Karkara, yeah.
Because it's the noise that these
He
keys
rolled his
and this-
R. He knows what's up.
He knows.
Okay.
He knows.
Karkara,
All
yeah.
right. So people underneath that wrote, my sister's husband wants his mom to sleep together in the same room as them.
Stop.
He put a tiny bed next to their bed. They're newly married.
This is real. I promise this was not ChatGPT.
No, this is comments.
real.
Comments under the video.
Interesting.
What's the advice that you would give this couple?
So the mom wants to sleep in the same room as the husband and the wife.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the husband gave the green light and put a bed in that room.
And she is she sick? What's the
No,
problem? The
we
mom
don't
is
know.
Healthy
the-
as a healthy lady.
the mom is healthy. I'm not gonna lie, man. Extreme conflict.
Extreme.
Extreme conflict. You know, I don't even sleep.
Stressed.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, that's a sticky one. You know, it's kind of weird for your mom to be in the room.
It's very
How does
weird.
that even work?
Yeah.
Can we ask you a question from a guy's perspective?
Uh-huh.
Why do guys think this is okay?
I don't know why guy thinks it's okay. I don't think it's
It's
okay.
not okay in his world.
Are we listening?
This is not okay.
This is not okay.
behavior.
I don't think it's
Behavior.
okay. It's kind of like your mom sleeping in the same room as you and your wife. It's like a, and this is happening in like North America.
We don't know
We don't know.
because they didn't say where they're from.
It didn't say where they're from. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's turbulent for sure. You know, and I'm only thinking from the guy's perspective. I get it. Like he wants to, I guess, have his mom around, but there's got to be a compromise, man. Because you're with your wife. That's kind of like a
Compromise.
COMPROMISE.
Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
Let's not, people.
Let's not.
Also,
Okay.
from a girl's perspective, like you're marrying into this family.
That's
Okay?
gonna cause so much
You
ruckus.
are entrusting your husband to keep you safe and secure in this relationship.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna tell you that his mom is gonna be in the room at night while you guys are sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, there's other rooms, right?
Also, was she sleeping with him before they got married?
I mean, why is she so attached? That's my issue.
Why? This is
Like you didn't cut the cord at the right time.
this is a brown community problem.
Oh
yeah,
God.
I this is completely new to me. I've never seen this one.
All right, just to piggyback off that one because somebody
Whoa.
else commented. this.
Okay, yeah.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of people.
Okay,
Okay,
go.
mine used to peep from the keyhole, and then we used to hang a shirt on the door, but we still heard her footsteps near the door. Why are they like this?
Let me ask you guys something though.
Ask us.
Do you think like, you know, fast forward, you know, you guys have sons and daughters, you know, and it gets to that point, do you think like it'll come to the time where you start moving like this?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Like, honest to goodness, I've thought about this so many times.
Yeah.
That is this just a generation thing? You know how sometimes when you're younger, you're like, why are my mom and dad like this? And then you become a parent and you're like, I see why they were like this.
Yeah.
But I'm really thinking, okay, my son gets married and he's with his wife in his room. First of all, I'm like, why are you living in the same house as me? Go find your
He
own
was
place,
like,
okay? And then I'm looking through the keyhole, like, what is the reason?
Why?
Is the room on fire that I need to help you? That's the only reason I would be walking in there.
I think it's like, for me, it's more of like I know what goes on in this room.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I know this is where your grandchildren come from.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Why would you want to?
So why would you want to be?
Why would you want to be in?
Yeah.
I think this is also the difference of, this is another topic we talk about a lot on the show. It's when moms of this generation, of like our generation, I would say, we are also learning that we have to invest in ourselves. Okay. We love our kids. You're going to love your kids. They're your kids. But you will also learn to find opportunities, careers, passion projects that you invest in yourself. So that when you know the time is coming, that your kids are going to be independent, they're going to be adults, they're going to have their own schedule, their own time, their own friends, you are now not piggybacking on that and being like, no, but you have to spend time with me. No, but you have to take me out. No, but I want to go where you're going. I'm going to decide who you're going to marry. I'm going to travel with you when you go. It's more like, okay, now you live your life and I focus on the passion project that I've been working on for years.
Yeah, but okay, question. Do you think our moms would do things like that?
No, because our moms
Hell
invested
freaking
everything
no.
in us.
My
They-
mom would.
They invested everything in us, but it's a different generation and a different being because they are immigrant parents who came here with nothing, learned a new language, learned a new culture, and all they had was their kids because their family was back home. Granted,
think-
they invested a lot in their kids.
They did, but
Right?
I think it's a lack of boundaries. Like you didn't put that boundary out there with your mom,
Yes.
and your mom just thinks that she can kind of bulldoze right in. It's
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what? I think about it sometimes. You go back home. When you go back home, you see the way houses are built and the family that
Yeah.
you're in. Yeah, there's some places have no doors.
Yeah.
That's
You know
so
what I mean?
true.
Imagine you grow
No
up.
door in the washroom.
No door in the bathroom, no door in the bedroom. So you mean they get to Canada and they're like, yo, look at all these obstacles in my crib right now. You know what the hell?
You know, actually,
my
someone
house.
did say that they had to tell their in-laws to put a lock on the door.
You know what else is a big thing? A lot of people say that bathrooms here are so weird. Like, why is there a tub? Because there's open concepts back home,
Yeah, it's different.
right? And then so they come here and they're like, what do you mean why is everything so confined? I have to stand in this bathtub, can't spill any water out. There's a shower curtain here. What is this for?
Yeah.
No shower curtains back home. A lot of moms in our community, this is something that we're trying to break in conversation, but they need to learn to kind of let go of their sons specifically and give them the space to grow and be with their wives and
But look,
not do these.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
I agree
odd.
on that one,
It's
man. I'm
so
not lie.
odd.
It's so odd that a man on the show is saying it's odd.
That's a bit tizic,
It's
man. I'm not
extremely
gonna
odd.
lie.
It's very
Super
odd.
tizic.
So you meet the girl of your dreams. Okay, I'm talking she's a 10 in every way, okay? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay, that's. Okay. But her mom says you can only marry her, and she agrees if you quit comedy and work at her uncle's accounting firm. She says, this girl is like everything is amazing, okay? Everything is, you're like, I will never find anyone like this in my life, okay? And she says, I will never find anyone like this in my life. But then she says, listen, you go on all these tours, like it's too hard for me. I can't do it. I really need you to take one for the team and just say, hey, you know what? I just need you to take, no, I can't have you do that. What do you do? Good answer.
Yeah, I'm
I
out
would
here.
agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
100%. I'd rather live with, I could live with the consequences than the what if, you know? The what if I'm going to be there serving biryani.
Oh, man.
What if I was doing comedy now? And then, nah, I'd rather deal with the consequences. If that means I don't have the love of my life, there's so many, I'm going to have a long life, inshallah.
Yeah.
So
All right, let's
Go
put
ahead.
you in the shoes.
talk to me.
Okay? You're in the shoes, you're looking, the love of your life is sitting right there on that couch. All right? You have to have this conversation with her now. Because we've been talking about open communication.
Oh.
Let's see how let's do a little role play. Okay?
Okay.
She's sitting right there and she's like, Hassan, I need you to quit comedy. How are you having this conversation with her?
Please.
What would you say? How would you openly, in a very secure space, be able to tell her that
Tears are being shed.
tears are being said? The guilt is at an all-time high right now. What are you saying?
Well, then she doesn't really love me.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna lie, I agree.
I agree too. I agree too. I agree
because
too.
why are you not supporting your man's passion?
Factual.
Yeah, it's like you don't really love me. When we met, this was the timing that I was on, and this is what kind of roped you into this thing. So if you want out now, it's kind of just weird. It's kind of like you flipped the script on me. I didn't
Last
expect that
minute
one.
too.
Yeah.
And then she said, work at my uncle's accounting firm. Out of all things.
Yeah,
God's
accounting
sake.
firm.
I'm bad at numbers anyways.
Oh, that's what it was. For some reason, I thought it was,
was
a
accounting.
restaurant. Okay, I thought it was a restaurant.
Either or.
Either or,
It's okay,
same
not
thing.
comedy.
But you
Not
can
comedy.
serve biryani at an accounting firm too.
Mm-hmm.
So
No,
you
it's just
still
too
do
safe.
comedy at a restaurant.
Like every Friday we have free chutney and Hassan on the corner.
Yeah, I feel
Come
like
inside of comedy.
if she knew me, then she know like it's in my barcode to kind of like go for that. And that feels kind of like safe. There's another comic that I knew, Nimesh Patel, very funny comic. and he says something about like he has a bit about, because he's Indian as well, but he mentions like a lot of like Indian women, they wouldn't go for guys that have aspirations. Like him pursuing comedy as an Indian dude is very aspirational to them, you know. But whereas something traditional seems a little bit more sturdy, secure,
Right.
and stuff like that. So like being an easy, be like, okay, well, if you're already gonna be, if this is what lured you into this relationship, why would you think that like I would change?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
It's all about that. Yeah, full send it, man. Red pill.
That's kind of sad though. Isn't that sad though? Like if you really think about it, like somebody's pursuing a passion or a career that they really like, and they know in their heart that like, listen, I'm gonna put my all into it and try to be successful in every way I can, versus someone that's like, yeah, I'm gonna have like a career and this is what I want to pursue. It's like, why do people think that the guy that goes for his passion is not gonna make it?
It's true, but it's because we were taught that, right?
Yeah, but
like you are very lucky you had a very supporting mother, right?
Yeah.
But we know, and in our community, that if you don't have supporting parents, they drill in you that you should be having a 9 to 5. Go work at TD. Go get your bachelor's in science. Go do something. Become a teacher. Doctor, lawyer, engineer is top tier, right?
Yeah.
So if that's been ingrained in you since you were a kid, that's what you're gonna seek in a partner.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that joke that they tell them when they're like, "Oh yeah, look, the dad's like this." He's like, "Oh yeah, look, that guy fainted on the plane. Go ahead, Hassan, tell him a joke because that's really gonna help it out." You know what I mean? Like,
But if you were
wanted
a
to be
doctor,
But if you're a doctor, you know. But I've also seen it. Like I have relatives that are like engineers, you know, studying in law school or whatever. And then my mom would be like, even though they were like maybe a bit older than me, or even some of them were younger than me and just like ahead of me in school, they'd be like, oh, like Hassan, like Ahmed's about to become an engineer, and you're over here. Kind of, even though she's massive, you're over here, but like, you know, one day you're gonna have to, you know, it's cool that he's an engineer, you know.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because parents still don't know this. I mean, like he graduated with a degree in engineering, but is he employed as an engineer? No, he's doing security.
Thank
Right?
you.
And he doesn't. And even when he got the job in engineering, he hated it, and he went back to security because finding working as an engineer was mad hard. So now I go to my cousin and I say, "Yeah, open the door for me."
Say what you gotta say.
Say what you say, man. Yeah, you're talking all
Yeah, that's
that.
why all the engineers fly out to Calgary because there's no jobs here in
Okay,
Toronto.
but can I be
anyways.
real? Look, you're gonna spend $100K in tuition, books, all that. You're going to school to become an engineer. Let's say, okay.
Yeah.
Then after you leave, you graduate. Okay, now you're in debt. And you're looking for a job to be an engineer. And then you get the job and then your debt is collecting interest. So then you're going to spend the next 7 years of your life paying that interest off just because you want to be an engineer.
And you don't even like engineering.
And you don't even like it,
This is
okay?
the thing, you just got into it because
Versus, I have to say, look, I am all about the grind because I think the skills you learn when you're doing something for yourself, like when you were talking about producing certain things, booking shows, finding the equipment, getting everything together, that takes a lot. People don't understand that. And like that type of skill is something that you don't get from a book. Exactly. So I feel like getting to that point where you're constantly in tough situations and you're under a lot of pressure and you're persevering through it and you're figuring it out, all those little hard times that you go through or the big hard times, they get you to where you are. And that is, in my opinion, what creates a lot more success. And it also makes you one of those people that has a lot of grit. Like you're very gritty and you're like, I can take this on.
But your
like,
skills are versatile too.
Exactly. Versus like me sitting there and reading a textbook that half of it did not even process.
Yeah. And you if you streamline your life, in that way where you want all the aspects of your life to be like, there's like an elite level of commitment towards those things that like, then you don't like, even like say you get married and your partner tries to flip the script on you and like, oh, this needs to change. Like that's where you open yourself up to consequences like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Imagine you get married and you're like, oh, you know, you get married to somebody who pretty much like, oh, I married you because you know you were gonna become a doctor or an engineer, and which was I was convinced that you were gonna make maybe 150, 160K a year.
Yeah.
You know, but now you're telling me you want to become you want to start your own business.
Yeah.
You want to think this is not what I signed up for, and that's when you know, so you got to feel like, oh, okay, who's down or who's
exactly.
You know, it's a bit sticky, but as long as you lead with like the right intentions of I'm not gonna lie to this person. This is what the type of time I'm on. You kind of save yourself like the headache. And I think I'll speak to like for men. I think one thing that most men really just want is like, especially in a partner, is that peace of mind. You know, I think every man goes in their like 30s, especially in their 40s. They have like this. I think we all try like a business scheme or something. We got to start something, you know. We like start an organization or in the backyard in the shed or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Every dude is gonna go through that that phase.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be really important to have a partner that's like down for that phase in your life. You know,
that's so important because imagine you're doing something like you're doing your comedy, and at the back of your head, someone's like, "Are you serious? You're going out again?" Like, what the heck? You know what I mean? Then you're just like, why am I with you?
Because
why are you
need
such
to
a
find
Debbie Downer? God.
You also need to find somebody who finds joy in your joy.
Exactly. And
that
they see
gives
your
peace of
passion
mind.
too.
You know what I mean?
If they see your passion in it, and it's also like being proud of the person that you're with too. Right? Like, wow, look at what he started with and look at where he is now. Right? Like
I love that.
You have to have that for sure.
All right, we want to ask you. We've got a couple of questions here because a lot of our audience wanted to ask questions about the male species in general. Some of them are really mean. Y'all, you're a little mean. All right, but it's all right. We're gonna roll with it.
But just remember, it didn't come from us.
It didn't come from us.
Okay.
We are not saying these things. No.
Sometimes we say it.
I say nothing of the sort.
She says it to me in private when the cameras are off. But we wanted to ask you, okay, Hassan, before we get into it, if we were to create a list, because we got a huge female audience, you know? So the ladies are wondering, what are we looking for in a girl? You tell us. What are you looking for in a girl?
Peace of mind, man. Peace of mind is the most important thing. I don't need to.
Peace.
I feel like the world is already kind of cooked as it is. You always want to come home or find some place that somebody that makes you feel like home. And I think that's
that was a hallmark moment.
That was beautiful.
Somebody that feels like home.
Somebody that feels like home, man. You don't want to be. It makes it feel so much better, man.
I agree. I agree.
Anything else? Any other must-haves?
Communication is important. You know.
Has he been watching our podcast?
I feel like he's been watching.
Did you binge our? Did you binge all 80 episodes?
Did you subscribe on YouTube? Cool.
Communicate. I think communication, peace of mind, communication, and effort. That's it.
Nice.
This is the question that I had that someone asked. This is their question for men. Do you genuinely not know anything? Like, are you acting or are you really stupid about everything?
Yo, I think honestly,
not from us.
Not from you guys. Men, but I'll even for myself though, I like pretending I don't know anything.
So do I.
It's so blissful.
It is blissful.
It's blissful, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. What are you on me for? Okay, let's get to the point. Let's think. I think like women, they know too much, and then they're in their head about everything.
That was an aha moment.
Yeah,
That's
women,
us.
We know too much.
you guys know too much information, and then now you're cooking yourself. You got all you're creating
we
the
are
headache.
cooking ourselves, girl.
Yeah.
And then we're getting mad at him for not knowing.
Yeah.
What is wrong with us? How do men feel when their wives go into labor?
How's he gonna know?
Well, we're gonna do a little bit of role play. How would you feel?
Yeah.
What are you feeling in that moment? How do you think you would feel in that hospital room? What are you feeling? What's going on?
Well, I've never been in the hospital room while someone's been given labor, a woman's been given labor, but from the stories that I've heard, and I think it's also very important for like men to make friends with other married friends or other things, because then you kind of get like the course outline or the rubric.
There we go.
The curriculum.
The curriculum. You get an idea of what the thing is.
Expectations.
Yeah, because you got to brace yourself for what's about to come. But I heard stories about like, my boy was there, and he was just like, yeah, man, it was like one of the most terrifying but beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. And you're also like watching, you get like a newfound respect for your wife and your partner, just like giving birth to this thing that you created together. Obviously, it comes from Allah, but you're like, wow, this is Allah's creation. It's a crazy group assignment, you know, that you guys. It's a group of
Where the
the
women do all,
craziest
where
group.
women do
where
all
the
work.
women do all the work. Be
We
like,
do all the
yo,
work, men sit back.
put my name on that, man.
They're just like, it's okay. You're gonna be okay.
You know?
They actually put their name on it.
Yeah, they actually.
Yeah.
Because that's the lineage that
That's what it is. Baby Phills.
But I think the feeling is like I from what I've heard, like even like this one guy, he had like maybe like he's had like 10 kids now, and he's just like a regular at the hotel at the hospital, you know, and
Okay,
like
I'm
he's
back.
just there with like a toothpick in his mouth. He's just like. He's like the first five I was in there, you know. Now I'm just like I'm chilling in the waiting room.
Just let me know.
Yeah.
The nurse is like, hey, can I bring you the lunch special?
Yeah, they're looking at Abdullahi. What are you doing here? And she's like a regular. He's like,
Is the laundry basket invisible to men?
I had that
Why?
one circled.
Why is it that you take your socks off and just fling them where they are thou flung? Okay. Why is that? Why does that happen?
man,
Wait, real question. You own a laundry basket?
I do own a laundry
Okay,
basket.
so
Does
is
your
it-
laundry go in the laundry basket? Or
Nah.
do you,
But it
Why?
always makes its way there. Alhamdulillah.
Guys, this was his inshallah moment.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
how he wiggles his way out of it?
Yeah, it's kind of sick, you know. It's like it's like you're throwing something into like a black hole and then it comes back. It's like it's like magic almost. Wallahi. How did this get folded? How did this?
I don't know what that feels like. Do you know what that feels
No,
like?
because we do the folding. We are the magicians.
Yeah, laundry for men is like going to a restaurant. You know, we didn't buy the ingredients, we didn't cook the food, but it just shows up because we ordered it.
It's unfair, man.
And for us,
I
we're
wanna
losing
feel
our hair
that.
over this.
Yeah, I want
Every morning, 6 a.m., we're starting Saturday morning.
But the
Folding
thing is
laundry
that
is the
again,
worst.
man, as a man, once you try doing your laundry and your partner sees you doing the laundry, they just come through and they be like, "Yo, get the hell out of here." You got to do that once every like couple. You got to do it
Now we
once a
know.
quarter. As
Now
a
we know.
man, you got to try doing your laundry once a quarter, maybe twice a quarter. You know, just to keep your wife on your toes, on her toes, and then she'll be like, "Yo, man, you know what? Get out of here, man. I got this."
Wow.
Yeah,
Ladies, hands off. Hands
It's
off.
kind of like if we go on a date, and that's what it is like when you go on a date and the girl reaches for her wallet and a man goes, "Yo, no, I got this." That's what laundry is like for the man, though. Baby, I'll try this, and she goes, "No, I got this."
All
My
right
hero.
then.
All right. What's something that women do that men find cute?
What is something that women do that men find cute? Laundry.
Don't fall for the trap, guys. Do
No,
not.
that's not the right
fall-
answer.
This was a
This
wrong,
was a wrong answers only.
Wrong
Wrong answers
answer.
only.
Okay. He's just trying. You know what? This you he did. All the men are cheering for him right now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay? No.
All the ladies are like, let me get to the laundry room right now. I got a basket right here. Let me just
What
quickly
is
fold
that?
this up.
Why are men such babies, especially when they're sick? Why?
That's a valid question. That's valid.
The-
I could have asked that. I'll take credit. I asked that
The
question.
man cold is a real epidemic. Okay, that should have been the pandemic. Okay, because like it's a real thing.
The man cold.
The man cold.
Yeah, man. When we get down bad, and that's sick.
Are you actually getting down bad, or is it just like cry for like attention?
Yeah.
Because like the women are running the Boston Marathon with the flu, the fever, COVID.
We're
doing
still
the
doing the
most.
laundry.
We're still doing the laundry. But then the men. That was a no comment. I plead the fifth.
Yeah, no, I think I like it though. I think kids, men do be sick. Actually, but it's so important to have a woman there because that's how you get better. Women love taking care of the guy when he's sick, man.
That is so accurate though.
Yeah,
like
that's what we
just
do.
want to be needed. Okay, we're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, let me take care of you. Meanwhile, he's sitting there like, I just need 3 hours of this basketball game. I'll be fine after, I swear.
Yeah, a perfect example is actually yesterday. My boy, 38 years old, not married, no gal in his life, and he's just sick at the crib. And I got there, and he lives with a bunch of like 3 other dudes, you know. And I was just like, "Yo, you're sick, huh?" He goes, "Yeah, man, it feels so cold in here. It's hot as hell. I'm in this apartment." I'm like, "Yeah, only because I've had a girl in my life.
Yeah.
I know this guy needs help right now. But as a man, I'm like,
All right.
I'm like, yo, am I supposed to do something for you? But then I also think, what would my girl do? What would a girl do in this situation? So I ordered some ginger tea.
So you were the fill-in girl for him. That's great.
Yeah, but I'm not supposed to be, man.
You're not supposed to be. Of
I'm not
course.
supposed to be.
You're a friend. You're a
good friend. You're a good
yeah,
friend.
But you need a girl in your life, man. Somebody that's gonna care about you.
That's right.
Did you hear that? You need a girl in your life.
Girl, man.
Why do men take so long in the bathroom?
Ooh.
Do they?
I feel like they do.
I think they do.
Really?
Yeah, I will stand on this hill.
I think that they do as well.
You know what it is? Women, if we have to be somewhere for 5 o'clock, we'll start getting ready at 2.
But we're still
okay?
late, girl.
But men will wait. I know we're always late. We know that. We take that on.
We
okay?
are.
But men will start getting ready at like 4:30. You got to be there for 5 o'clock. And then women feel like you're taking so long. We should have been there. That's what I think happens. So maybe if men don't take as long, I feel like it still feels like to women that you guys are taking way too long in there.
I feel like the bathroom is like a bit of a sanctuary for the mandem. You know?
I feel like that too.
We could escape, like, because you know, every other part of the house, you know, you're there. You know.
And then you don't have to hear the nagging in the bathroom. No one's gonna say nothing.
That's
in
true,
the bathroom,
that's true.
and like, you know, and I'm just letting out fumes. Fossil fuels are there. You don't want to be caught up in that.
We wanted to hear that for sure.
That's what we needed. This is why we stay away and they take so long.
Yeah, and I think you gotta flush it all out. It's like you can get on your phone, you can get your screen time up a little bit.
That's
it's understandable.
time.
I think that's what it is. Though.
I get it.
It's
I get
screen
it.
time uninterrupted.
It's
I'm not
screen
gonna
time.
lie. Like
Screen time.
I will escape to the bathroom too if I need some peace and quiet.
Sometimes that's what you have to
That's
do.
what you need.
But if
Okay.
you intrude on me in the bathroom, now you're just doing too much. You're being nosy.
Like if you're like, can you hurry up? If you're doing one of those.
or you're like, I need to straighten my hair.
oh,
And what if a girl's like in there like just
they would
I
do
need to
the
straighten my hair.
crack it open, give the straightener. That's what they would do.
yeah, or just
This is
you
the
can
easiest-
come in. I'm just gonna be here.
Or I'm just gonna kill you.
But
and
does
you're
it
gonna
bother you if she's in there straightening her hair?
I don't think
Yeah, not at all. Okay. I'm like, I'm not going in
so.
there.
No, not really. I
Without
mean,
a
yeah,
gas
if I'm
mask, I'm not going in there.
And then at N95.
blowing up this 95, bring them back.
Do men ever grow up? Again, not from us. We are not men haters. Absolutely, we don't say anything bad about men on this podcast, right, Aruj?
Oh,
We're
we've
pretty
never
good.
said anything bad about men.
Positivity all around. We're just passing on the words that other people said. Do men ever grow up?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe like when
I'm like,
when
says-
balding
says-
starts, maybe, or like when the hairline starts receding. You know, I wouldn't say grow up. Maybe start like maturing. You know?
Yeah. That's what I mean.
You
like
know?
mature, super maturing. But is it even worth it? Like, don't you just want to keep being immature and laugh and enjoy your life? Who
It's
wants to be
fun.
It's fun.
Somebody's got to be the kid.
Thank
Somebody's
you.
gotta be the kid.
Who wants to be a crew? A
Yeah.
crew is like a stiff, like a.
Just like a stiff being.
Yeah,
doesn't
nobody's amped to see
laugh.
you. The kids aren't
Yeah.
happy to see you.
Yeah.
Cousins aren't happy to see you. And it's also like you don't want to like. You ever meet those couples that are like House of Cards, like sticklers?
Yes.
Like, you don't want to be
Yes.
like that. You need-
Nah.
Oh my gosh.
I met a married couple in Edmonton, and her husband was so funny, man. And he's a dentist. He's doing a bunch of random things. He's running for mayor, and he's just doing it for shits and giggles. And like I'm watching them engage, and you could kind of see like this guy is a big grown kid.
Yeah.
You know, he's a grown kid, man. But he's a good time, and you
Yeah.
could tell like his. And when I met his wife, I could tell that his wife wasn't like has him in shackles or anything. Last thing you ever want to be is like you see those guys with like happy wife, happy life. Those guys are the most disheveled human beings.
I'm a girl, and I agree with that.
I agree with that. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Like,
I agree with that.
cannot for the life of me imagine being in a relationship where you're on that side eating your dinner. I'm here, no laughter.
Mhm.
How would I?
And you can see the nur is gone from the
The
guy's
nur
eyes.
is
The man's there
gone.
just like this.
No, it is gone. No newer.
This is no Noor Hassan, guys. Welcome to the show.
No, that's it.
Yeah, it's not a vibe. It's not a vibe. And
It's not a
and
vibe.
people
Not a
pretend like
vibe.
people can see it.
Exactly.
100%.
It's like how kids can read adult energy.
yeah, exactly.
People can read when somebody's unhappy in a relationship.
But I mean, they put themselves out there like they're happy, but then you look at them and you're like, can I even crack a joke, or is this going to be like a deadpan? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the ones that are, I'm not around.
can't.
I don't like being around that.
We've always said this, that like, we also tell our audience that like a guy that can make someone laugh, immediate 10. No,
Immediate 10.
9 unless the other stuff is also important. I'm not gonna say immediate 10.
Can he read?
Can he read and write?
But
Yeah,
he made me laugh.
But he made me laugh. So we give mad numbers for that. Okay, that's a big, big thing.
Also, you
Laughter
want to
is the
always
best
add
medicine.
fun to the relationship. Like life gets hard.
Absolutely.
Life gets so hard.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And adulting sucks. We have a lot of people who hate on us because we laugh too much, but it is what it is.
No,
And
that's
we
a
will
vibe.
continue laughing till the day we die.
What's the most creative excuse you've used to get out of doing chores?
Okay, this is a not for chores, and I'm a bad liar. I want to put this out there.
All right.
Very bad at lying. I wish I could be good at lying, but it's just not in my barcode. I can't keep a straight face. I have too many telltale signs, and also because I don't know that much about things.
Okay.
But the worst lie I told, I was trying to get out of not doing my homework.
Okay.
And when I was in elementary school, and my teacher asked me, Hassan, it's been a week since you've done your homework. What's going on at home? And one of my friends had just told us that he has a sister now. Like his sister was born, and I have no idea where like he just told me this at recess, you know, and I have no idea it was where babies come from. But I thought the story was so cool that he told me that he had a sister. So when my teacher asked me, why haven't you done your homework? I said, oh, I found out my mom's pregnant.
So I didn't do my homework.
I didn't do my homework. And my teacher's like, oh, okay. Like,
Oh my
what does that mean? And I said, well, I'm just so happy because, that means I'm going to have like a brother or a sister. So I'm excited, you know? And so that's why I didn't do my homework. Now, a week later,
Okay.
I don't do my homework again. And my teacher comes up to me and she says, so Hassan, now it's been 2 weeks since you said that you were gonna hand in your assignment and you haven't. What's happening? And I say, remember when I told you my mom was pregnant? She had the kid, man. I have no idea where babies come from.
I have to say,
No
for
idea.
someone that says like, I'm not good at lying at all. Like, I can't lie. I cannot lie. I'm looking at him like, that was a solid lie. A solid lie. Okay, like we're gonna give credit where credit is due. As a teacher, I would be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's great. I wouldn't put 2 and 2 together.
I'd be like, what do you mean she had the kid in a week?
Yeah.
No,
You
I would
found out
think-
you didn't notice her belly
No,
at 8 months?
I would think, oh, the mom told him late. So that, like,
But-
you know, because like they don't want to be like, hey, by the way, I'm pregnant.
You're
Okay,
too nice. You're
And
too
then
nice.
and then I would be like, oh, you had a sister. That's lovely. The weird thing would be when the parent-teacher interview happens, and then they come in. I'm like, where's the sister?
Yeah,
Where's she
that
at?
was pretty much a situation.
That happened.
No, it didn't get that far because it didn't really get that far. What happened after that? My teacher said, "Okay, just wait here 1 minute." She comes back with like 2 other teachers and a student teacher, and she said, "This is when I knew I was cooked. Can you tell them what you told me?"
Oh, man.
And I was like, yeah. So my mom, she had a baby last week, and she was pregnant last week, and now I have a sister, and it's like."
Gosh.
And then they call my mom. They didn't get that far to parenting. They call my mom, and I was like, oh, okay. My mom was like, what's going on, man?
Like, come home.
What's
What's
this
show you?
What sister are you talking about?
Show you.
Do you like to share your work personality with your wife? So let's say you're married, right? And you know sometimes you wear different hats in different environments. So would you share your work personality with your wife?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, everything for me in my life is very streamlined. So it's inevitable.
What would you give advice to a guy who maybe is uncomfortable doing that?
What kind of job?
Let's say
he's a comedian, so he's gonna crack jokes with his wife no matter what.
Yeah, but let's say he's in like a highly male-dominated industry.
Or like one where you can't say you're working for the FBI. You can't share information.
I know. Or if you're, I know, but you can't share information if you're.
Yeah, you can't. You actually.
But like,
can't.
let's say you're working in a high like male-dominated industry. Let's pick on the engineer. Okay?
Okay.
You're an engineer. You work with like 60 men in your department.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you joke and fool around with them differently. So would you want to, and somebody doesn't want to share that with their wife because then maybe, I don't know.
They
like,
look at you a different
is
way.
shop talk different? Or is my wife going to judge me for stuff I'm saying? You know what I mean?
You're saying like guy talk?
Yeah, like guy talk is
guy
like
talk.
compromising.
Yeah.
It's compromising. I think no, if it's his wife, he should be able to talk. I mean, she should be able to pick up what he's throwing down, and she should understand that might not be him, but this is the part of it. Like it's code switching. It's life. You know, you're gonna code switch. You can't talk like with your boys the way you talk to your wife, and you can't talk to your wife the way you talk to the boys in the workplace. It could be a bit different, but you know, I think as long as there's dialogue, you have to have like if you give her the dialogue and the context, but also as a man, sometimes you just don't want to talk about work. You just left work, and now I just want to talk about like something else, or do you tell me something?
Yeah.
I'm talking all day. Let me listen a little bit. You know what I mean? Tell me something.
Okay. What would you do in a situation where one of your boys tells you something personal and he's like, listen, Hassan, like, this is personal between me and you. Okay. You go home and your wife is there and she's like, so like, what's going on today? You heard you were hanging out with your boy today. And you're like, oh, I really want to tell her because this is juicy. Okay. Like I need to tell her right away. Do you tell her and then say, don't say anything? Or do you keep it and say, you know what? I'm not going to say anything because she's your wife. Because we've asked this question.
And all the wives are like, we're telling our husband.
And then some of the husbands are also like, yeah, maybe we would say something because she's our wife. We know she's going to keep our secret. What would you do?
What would you do?
See, I think this is like the early these circumstances create the early inception of aunties becoming aunties. 100%. This is how you guys become. This is exactly how the tea starts. It starts with like, oh, I gotta tell my husband. Then you tell that women love to talk, man. You know what I mean? And they have
That's why we started a podcast.
Yeah, it could be a sticky, man, because you want to share it with your wife, but then, you know, respectfully, some of your wives have big mouths, man.
And that's a fact. But you would know if your wife had a big mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how proud are you to know that your wife is a leak?
That's sad.
You know, my wife is the weakest link amongst the community. I tell her one thing and then everybody else.
He's right.
You know what I mean? That's kind of embarrassing.
What would you do with a wife like that? What would you do?
With a wife like that?
If you didn't know this before, okay? You found this out after. You're like, whoa, I didn't know that she was like this. And then you're married.
But she can't hold anything.
You're like 7 years in now.
You're
7
years
years in. And now you're like, wait a second, I told her this and she went. And then it's
So
like
you're you're telling me at the family gathering everybody knew?
Yeah, but I mean, everybody has that one aunt, right? That one that talks bare, super sticky.
This is true.
You know, but imagine nobody ever cares about how her husband feels, huh? Look at that. Plot twist.
Twist.
Bollywood twist, y'all.
That guy's bald. Stressed.
That guy is bald. Gray hair.
You know what I
He's
mean?
bald. He has no hair.
He's probably not. He's probably not the fun uncle that he
He's
used
the
to
quietest in the room.
be. Quiet, disheveled. Freaking there, just
He's the happy wife, happy life husband.
yeah,
That's
miskeen.
Miskeen.
It's not the vibes, man.
What do you say? Do you bring it up? Do you say to her, listen, what are you doing? Control and fix yourself.
Control yourself, woman.
What do you say? Because you didn't know this.
Oof,
I would have a sit.
You gotta have an intervention with her, but then that's when you feel like imagine your wife is the wife that's not a girl's girl, man. That's a scary one too.
That's a scary one too.
You know,
we'd feel the same if it was
You have an intervention.
the husband, if the guy wasn't a guy.
She's crying. I know this is my weakness. Pray for me.
Pray for me.
Inshallah, I'll get better.
Inshallah,
I'll get so much better. I need you to
Inshallah
pray for me, Hassan.
Inshallah khair.
Inshallah khair.
inshallah.
What do you do? No, what do you do? She said that to you.
What?
She's crying.
She's crying. She's telling you, I'll get better.
Tears are coming out.
Do you still share things with her or no?
No, you know what it is? You gotta play some house. Like you feed her some false information, shit that don't make no sense, and see if it works its way around.
It's like the mole.
Yeah. You know?
We've had a couple of people message us saying how their husbands can't keep anything in. They go and tell their sister,
Their
and
brothers
and mom,
friends.
everything. So we had the same thing. We're like, nah, you
But
can't.
then there's always uncles and aunties that are like this.
Yeah,
Let's
I know.
be real. It's a
everywhere.
two-way street.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is a two, especially in this the way society is right now. Everybody is like I think gossiping is probably the most jobless behavior that there
It
could be.
actually is.
You know?
But I also feel like everyone does.
Yeah.
I would love to sit here and be like, I'm such an angel. Never said anything bad ever. But I mean,
No, but we all love tea, man.
Everybody loves
Chopping you?
Yeah,
chopping.
chopping you.
Chopping.
Well, I need the biggest mug ever. It's like a vase. Yeah, that's what it is.
Chug it.
I need a vase. She needs the shovel for her biryani. I need a vase for the chai.
But the tea is sometimes really piping hot.
It is.
No,
And
there's
the
some
tea
good
is
tea
hot.
out there,
Sometimes
man.
you want to curl up on a couch.
But it's true though, because
under a
like,
blanket.
it's
You both have
true.
chai cups in your hand, and you're like,
it's true. But I also
"Did you
have to say,
know?"
like,
it's a beautiful moment in a relationship if it's a trusting
it
relationship.
is. But then you also have to be like, okay, you can't be too much of that either.
I know.
You can't
You're right.
be like, somebody's told me something that's like really personal that
Yeah.
I really didn't want to share with someone, but I shared it with you because I actually felt like I trusted you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go out and tell somebody else. I would feel so betrayed and violated.
I would too.
Somebody did that to me. So yeah,
yeah.
we answered our own question.
We did.
Hey guys, so if you want to see the part 2 of this episode exclusive that we did with Hassan Phills, make sure you guys roll on over to Patreon and you will get to see the second part. If we can just give a big, huge thank you to Mr. Hassan Phills for joining us today. This has to be the best episode we've ever had.
Really?
I
Nah,
have
you
to
guys
say
are just saying that.
we're just gonna butter him up a little bit.
Yeah.
We want to take it to a show, y'all.
Lots of
We're
sugar in
going
the
to
chow right
his
now.
show, guys. If we don't see you there, there's like 180K of you. Y'all better be sliding on this way and
let's
going
go.
to that show, okay?
Let's go.
It's called Idiot Mubarak.
And it will be
Get
at where's the event?
there.
The Winter Garden Theater.
Winter Garden Theater. We want to see all of you there supporting Hassan. And make sure you guys are subscribed to all of our channels. As you all know, we have an extra episode on Patreon every Monday at 7 a.m. Make sure you guys are subscribed on that as well. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Mom.